Good afternoon, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to another exciting episode of Who's to Blame and also Montez at Midday. Welcome to Montez at Midday. It has been 7 years today. 7 years of doing it. Wow. I'm ecstatic. I don't know what to do, what to say. I really don't, but thank you. Thank you. I got high fives in the building. Chest bump. Let's hug this thing out. Let's get in here for the real thing. Oh my goodness. Wow. If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you. If you're off today, congratulations. If the Rays kicked in, all those things, all those intangibles are there for sure. Thank you so much, Wally. Thank you. Good friend to show. My dude Wally just told me happy anniversary. Appreciate it, my man. I really do. I really do. It is wow. Special shout out to my sons, Storm and Tim, for joining the show yesterday. I had my youngest boys on the show yesterday. That was pretty cool. Had my oldest kid and my youngest son on the show yesterday. Very, very cool. It was awesome. But I still can't believe it's been 7 years. How did we get here? First of all, how did we get here? How do we get here? First of all, that football game last night, Cincinnati and Jacksonville. Wow. Trevor going down. That right there, man. Sports injuries, man. I'm telling you. To see it, to be a part of one, to understand the journey of coming back from an injury and still try to play, the psychological effect, the questioning. There's so many things that go into, especially when you want it. When you're a competitor and you get hurt, when you know you want to compete, and you know you want to play, and you know you're good at what you do, and you get hurt, it is a feeling that I don't think many people muster or understand. Okay, 6 more weeks. Okay, Wally got 6 more weeks, and he's going to be doing better. Thanks for the update, Wally. Thanks for the update. But seeing with Trevor and seeing that injury, having that competitive edge and nature in you, and when you get hurt, sidetrack, that sit down moment, you think about things you should not be thinking about. That's one thing for sure, that anybody that has ever been hurt in the world of sports, there's a little bit of time that you're down, you're thinking about shit you should not be thinking about. But that was a hell of a football game last night. Good football. It really was a good football game. I'm going to give out the pillars of the day. We're going to let it go. Ignore them. Give it time. Don't compete. Stay calm. It's on you. And laugh. There it is. How did we get here of 7 years of podcasting? It's a wild story. It is a wild, wild story. After 15 years of talk radio, I saw something about to happen. I didn't know what to do. So I took a step back. And at that same time, I was retiring from softball. And I didn't know what was going on. I was, picking up side jobs. I was doing some demolition work. And I was expressing the idea of doing something else. And my good buddy at the time was my boss, Matt McElrath, said, "Why don't you podcast? I have some equipment." I have been joshing around at the job for a few days and finally went to his house and recorded my first episode 7 years ago. But putting it into motion at the beginning, it was just something just to do. It was a fun thing to do. Okay, let me express myself through this platform. That's how it started out. And then the unthinkable happened. I lost my vision. So I couldn't drive anymore. So that took away the passion of driving the golf cart. That took away from me doing a lot of things because I didn't know how to accept it in the beginning. But at the same time, what the hell am I do for a living? How can we, hey, what you gonna do? And it kicked in. That's podcast for real. And I reached out to using my background of selling airtime on the radio, figured it out how to sell myself and reached out to the right people, and the right people were there. And lo and behold, boom, the podcast was going, who's to blame? And again, I didn't know how it was going to go in the beginning, but it went, it happened. And here we are, 7 years. You think working for other people in companies, or working at this restaurant, or working at that bar, working here, or working there, working with this people is fun and difficult. Try working for yourself. That right there is it. I know a lot of people that work for themselves, and I talk with these people on what is the biggest thing you got to come over? The biggest obstacle you must come over with, to me, is the financial part, the financial responsibility. How to get it, how to pay yourself, and how to make it make sense to you. That right there, that right there is the key. Everybody knows how to make money. Well, apparently, people know how to make money, but how do you know? Do you know how to pay yourself off the money that you make? That right there is a learning curve and one hell of an experience to go through. We take a lot of shortcuts. You want to get there faster. You want to do it a certain way. There's a right way, there's a wrong way. But it all makes sense when it makes sense for you. There is no book on it. There's no etiquette. A lot of people have self-help books on how to start your business. That's how to start a business, but how to start a business for you. That is the key. How well do you know yourself? How well do you know yourself? That is another question. that is another one. How many of you just deal with people that just you don't know? You don't know them at all, but they just call you on Messenger or send you a message on Messenger, and you have no idea who they are, and they say the most outlandish shit ever. What? How? Are there people out there really just sitting bored with their hand on their chin in bed, just scrolling on social media to find random people? I just want to know, is that really a thing? What did I miss? What did I miss when it came to that sense of entertainment, satisfaction, or whatever it may be? It could be something like that. It baffles me for sure. Let me tell you about Summer Properties. It's a South City, small, family-owned business that invest and live in beautiful South St. Louis. You can check them out. They'll be coming out widely available on social media starting next year. But Summer Properties, I'm telling you, they are the ones to deal with if you're thinking about living, whether it be short-term or long-term. living in South St. Louis. I have more information for you coming as we're moving forward, but I'm going to tell you about Summer Properties right now. They are something to be dealt with. So they're definitely sponsoring this portion of the show of the 7-year anniversary. 7 years of podcasting, people. 7 years, huh? I didn't know until probably less than 2 weeks ago is when I found out. And I found out from social media. And I did an interview 2 months ago. And the question was asked in the interview, when did I start my first podcast? I knew what year it was. I couldn't remember what month or what day. But to know the date, month, and year is pretty fascinating to me. So December 15th, 2016 is when it all started. That was really the first full year of me not playing softball. That was hard. That's what she said. That was a hard thing to get over. I didn't think I would get over that at all. I've dealt with heartache, pain, whatever it may be, but I did not think, yeah, I sure can. I talk to people. I don't give a damn. While I got to talk to myself. So me finding a voice or a conversation is not a problem. I will have a full-blown conversation with myself throughout the day. I mean, that's the easy part. Me finding people to talk to is not, that's the worst of my problems. Me finding somebody to hang out with a driver's license in a car, now that's getting interesting. I never realized I didn't have that many friends that had a car or a driver's license. I have so many friends that are driving illegally, don't have a license, no insurance. I had no idea. I tried to get my buddy to go somewhere. He's like, I can't. I'm like, why not? Trey, I don't have a license. What? How do you work for corporate with a car and don't have a license? Somebody gonna find out. How is that even possible? How do people? I would be nervous as shit to drive in today's time without a license or insurance. But people are doing it out here at an alarming rate, and it scares me. But it is the 7-year anniversary right now. What's up, good folk? What's up, Purse? What's going on, Al? What's going on? My softball doctor, Mr. Al, checking in the building. Purse, Bulldog in the building. 7 years, fellas. 7 years. Wow. So if I add it all together, 15 and 7 is 22. I've been talking for 22 years. 15 years of radio, 7 years of podcasting. 22 years. Mom and Dad, we did it. We did it, Mom and Dad. I'm still laughing at the fact that my father called me about the Florida State issue. Listen. He was yelling at me like I was on the committee. I had nothing to do with the decision, Pop. Listen, the outrage that people are having over this college football playoff is funny to me because half of the people that are pissed don't even watch college football. Not the whole year. They'll catch a game here and there. But as someone that's vested in this shit, that watch it every single time it comes on, they didn't do anything wrong. Did you see the third string quarterback who was in high school last year get in the game? Did you see the look? Did you see what happened on that play? I'm telling all high school kids right now, if you think you're ready for D1, watch that video. Watch that video. It's like Austin Davis when he was a quarterback for the Rams. Remember that game? When he first got in that game, the way that man was running, the fear. Nobody wanted to see Florida State with the current roster that they have. Okay, I get the argument if Deion was the manager or the coach, Would it be different? Of course. If Dion was the coach of Florida State, they would be in the bowl. Popularity wins. Strength of schedule, strength of record. Yeah, we know Florida State was up there, number 3 in the country when it came to that. But who wanted to see that? Who? Nobody. No. But the fact that my father oh man, 7 years of podcasting. I would like to thank every single sponsor that is invested in this. Couldn't do it without you guys. I appreciate all my sponsors. I appreciate you all 1,000%. St. Louis, Soulard, downtown St. Louis, and Bell Vegas. Bell Vegas, 618. Raise that roof. Raise that roof, 618. Raise that roof. I'm telling you, today is up there. I kind of put up there probably the day I realized, I knew I was going to retire, but it's kind of up there with the day and the month and the year I retired from softball. I knew it was the final year, and what a final year we had. Shout out to the Barons. St. Louis Barons. There it is. St. Louis Browns. There it is. The Mariners. There it is right there for you for sure, huh? 618 Hogs. Them Hogs. Them Hogs. The people I've met over the years, the people I've met since podcasting is really another insane way that I've met new people is just through this world and journey of podcasting. But wow, 7 years. The stories, the venues I've been to. What's the next 7 years going to look like? Well, there's something I'm trying to do and I'm working on right now. I'm trying very hard to get an RV and to live on the road for a year. And I'm working really, really, really hard on it. And man, there's a lot to do what you want to do. I'm going to say it again. If you want to do something, there's a lot to it. To do what you want to do for a living, there's a lot of shit you got to do. There's a lot. This is beyond dotting your I's and crossing your T's. It's to the point of just pure satisfaction. What's up, Mickey, my brother from the state of Washington? What's going on with you, boss? 7 years of podcasting. 7 years. We've been at it. We raising roofs around. We raising it. Roof. But you got to have a strong head. You can't listen to everybody. Everybody is not on your side. Everybody wants you to have a good day. Not your friends don't believe in you. You run across a lot of haters. The lies they tell. You have to put up with all that shit, all of it. And you have to have thick skin, and you have to be honest with yourself in what you're doing. You must be honest with yourself in what you're doing. Not knowing the expectations, not knowing what to do sometimes, that will become a question to you. But as long as you're real with yourself and understand what you're doing, it all works itself out in the end. There will be some trying times out there. It definitely is some trying times, but as you're steadfast on it, it gets to the point. You have a chauffeur's license. Wally has a chauffeur's license, guys. Wally is willing to drive for Dre Montez. He finds out a little for a few weeks what the doctor says, but Wally has a chauffeur license. So there we go. As of now, I have a driver, but I got Wally as a backup. I have a driver as of now. So, but just in case, I got Wally as a backup. I think it'd be cool to live in an RV for a year, do some fascinating shows and meet some interesting people. I mean, that's where I'm headed at with this. That's what I want to do. That's what should be done. I still want to know what homeboy said to LeBron. I still want to know. But 7 years. 7 years. Again, yesterday, I one of the greatest experiences of my life, doing a show with my kids. My oldest son, Stormy, and my youngest, Tim, joined me yesterday. It was phenomenal. Thank you to my boys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to my boys. Appreciate that for sure. For sure. Man, I didn't know where to go. I wanted all three on there. Storm, Dre, and Tim, but Dre had something to do. But maybe down the future, I get a chance to maybe I get all six on the show one time. Oh, that'd be fun if I get all six of my kids on the show, get the girls involved as well. But yesterday was a damn good feeling. Huh? It's up there with working with your kid. Okay? Or going to school with your kid. I know a lot of people that went to college recently and got their degree, continuing their education, and went to school with their child. So yeah, up there for sure. Wow. 7 years. Thank you again to the sponsors that have been here. I can't tell you enough. I can't tell you. Thank you to Jenny Sequoia for doing the website for me, DreMontez.com. Appreciate that. More ways than one. Check out that website. It is the holiday season. You may find something for yourself or a loved one. There's all areas of opportunity on there for you, all likes of business. And if you're listening and you want to find out, how can I do some advertising on your show, Dre? Well, hit me up and I'll tell you how it's done. How about that? How about that? I don't know what to do for the 7-year anniversary. I don't know what to do. I had all kind of ideas I wanted to do, but it was such a last minute thing. It's always a Dre day, but today is a true podcast day for me. This feels good. After 538 podcast episodes, this is where we at. And it feels good. If you haven't heard my latest episode of my podcast, feel free to go to Spotify or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast at. But check it out. Who's to Blame? The podcast. It is there. There's a link on the website, DreMontez.com. And we also do live videos on our platforms of Facebook, YouTube, and X. But it's there. But 7 years. I wonder if I had a woman, what would she get me as a gift? If I had a woman. But we don't. But it's fun to think. What will we get if we had a woman? It's a 7-year anniversary. What would we want as a gift? I probably want something for the show. Something that I could use. What's up, sis? My sister on here. Hey, what's up, sis? What would I want as a gift, though, if I had a girlfriend? And she said, what do you want? Do I think new laptop? A tablet? I want a tablet. I would say a tablet. I have enough microphones. Maybe a lighting kit or a green screen. I'd probably get a green screen or a tablet if I had a girlfriend. I would ask her to get me that. If she said, what you want me to get you? I would say a green screen kit or a tablet. That's what I would do. But since we're buying something for ourselves, what are we going to get ourselves today, Dre? We're going to get ourselves drunk. We're going to go day drinking for sure. We're going to celebrate 7 years of podcasting and reflect over the past 7 years, the stories, the ones I didn't tell you, the ones I got too involved in, the time I got kicked off the internet. I've been banned from a website before, and I've been kicked off the internet before. So I'm not afraid to push the button. Not afraid to push the button. Not afraid at all. Not afraid. What up? The counselors on the show, ladies and gentlemen. My lawyer is here, so I can say anything I want to now. My lawyer is here. So I can say anything I want to now. Anything. After 7 years, We've only been banned from the internet 18 days, and we've been kicked off a website before of a professional sports team. They deserved it. They deserved it. I'm not here to talk about the past. Oh my goodness, 7 years. Oh my God, 7 years. Would I go back to radio is a question a lot of people ask me. Dre, would you go back to radio? Why did you leave radio? Would you go back? Radio will always have a special place in my heart. I would never, ever give up on radio, but it must make sense. I've had several opportunities to go back, but I want it to make sense. I want it to make sense. I really do. And oh man, what's up, Arturo? Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, boss. Doing the best we can. To anybody out there working for themselves, man. Anybody out there doing what they want to do, and it's their own, and you making a living at it. Congrats to you. It is nothing. It's not easy. There are nights where, well, it used to be days and nights where things wasn't making sense. But you have to be honest with yourself. Again, shout out to all my sponsors. Thank you guys so much. Without my sponsors, I wouldn't be here. Well, without my mom and dad. But the show, shout out to the sponsors right there for sure. You guys are incredible. Incredible. Have been there from the remotes I've done at several places to the financial commitment you guys have made. Not even knowing about podcasts. I have one sponsor to say, I don't know what podcasting is, but I like you. So here you go. See, there it is. It's things like that that just make it even more a pleasure. It's not work if you love it. It's not work if you have passion. It's not. It's enjoyment. I don't know if it was the fact that I was a young kid that got stuck in the sports trying to watch football with my dad. I don't know if it was the fact that I played sports. I don't know if it was the fact that I like listening to people on the radio. Shout out to my grandmother, Mildred, miss you. Don't understand if it was all that, but I put all that together and it allows me and gives me the ability to appreciate and enjoy sports in a way that I never thought. Just leaving softball to this speaks volumes. It does. It just, and losing my vision, didn't know what to do. And my friend told me, don't cry about it now, but what you going to do? Figure it out. That's a real friend to tell you to figure it out. That's a real friend. Shout out to my dude, Menden. Again, just 7 years. Wow. 7 years. It went by fast. What's next for us? Oh, so much more. There's so much more coming. I don't want to spoil it, but stay tuned. Pay attention. Get involved. Roll your sleeves up. Get involved. But most importantly, we're going to have some fun. Hey, Kelly, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in, Kelly. Thanks to all you folks tuning in, stopping by, saying hello. Just giving a little listen. I appreciate it. It goes a long way. It means a lot. It's the little things that count. Little things that count. And after 7 years, in reflecting from what we started at in the beginning, again, shout out to my dude, Matt McElrath. Thank you, Matt. Hell of a horn player. And the fact, where we at now? Throwing the idea of renting a studio, going in studios, dealing with that, the equipment, It's just, it's pretty amazing. I'm ecstatic. Just can't believe where we're at. Can't believe it. And I know where we want to go. Even from the college football show that I do on Saturdays, can't believe that that has evolved into what it's evolved. And I do that show with a stranger, a guy that I met on the internet. Never met him face to face. We never knew each other. Did a spontaneous sit in on a show. And now I've been doing this show for 3 years with my dude, Ray, the college football show every Saturday. And that show is just going through the roof. I had no idea. I talk for 3 hours about college football every Saturday. For one, I never thought I'd be a part of a show for 3 hours. Never thought I'd be a part of a show with a stranger I met 3 years ago. But wow, incredible. Shout out to my man, Ray. Doing the show, D&D, Don't Get Butthurt every Monday, that has evolved into something where it's different from sports. It's different than today's topics. I mean, we talk about sex and sports on that show and relationship shit on that show. And then having Montez at midday. Now we're doing 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. I didn't see that opportunity coming until a few of my sponsors were like, hey, you should, how about this? Okay. It's feasible. So now we have a set schedule. We know when we're going on vacation. When does vacation start? The day after the NFL draft. We out of here. So we can travel and do other things. But most importantly, these past 7 years have been a blast, have been a lot of fun. I have not had a boring month. I haven't had a difficult time doing this. It's been nothing but fun. And the sponsors. The stories of how I got the sponsors is another one. I mean, I can tell you, to sell yourself is something else. To know how to sell yourself is even more impressive. But when you know how to sell yourself, that's really fun. And going after sponsors and finding the way I find them and talking to them the way I talk to them, it's fun. I love no. I get rejected more than life itself on a daily basis. But I don't give up. Because I'm going to keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. I try to sell my show 50 times a day. 50 times a day, I sell this show to 50 different people a day. And if those 50 people say no, I'm going to find a new 50. Oh, well. But they have the information. They have the information. And one of my clients, it took me 3 years. 3 years. Client finally said yes. There it is. So if you're selling yourself out there, keep going. Keep going. No's thrive you, push you, get you even more determined. Creative ways, creative marketing, creative advertising, guerrilla marketing. All of that is out there right there for you right now. If you run the commercial locally after 10 o'clock at night, between 6 in the morning, I'm coming at you. Local? You doing television? I want that. That's how I think. I'm when I see commercials, I see dollar signs. I don't know what you looking at. But wow, what a 7-year run we've been on. The sports world is not let down. The entertainment world is not let down. And neither has my sponsors. And you guys have all for listening, commenting, liking, sharing. I do appreciate it all for sure. Top 7. Thanks, counselor. Appreciate it. Well, boys and girls, children of all ages, I think we may end our show for today. I think it's time to celebrate. I think it's time to go have a drink. Matter of fact, I think we need a drink. We need a drink. I think we do. Again, shout out to Summer Properties. It is coming more information to you next year. I'll tell you all about it. But if you're looking for temporary living style, single family homes, they have you covered for sure. Furnished temporary housing for traveling professionals, or if you need traditional apartment, look for us on social media next year. So I'm going to keep you guys updated on that for sure and share that through our different platforms to let you know what's going on. So there you go. Shout out to Tower Pub on Morgan Ford in South City as well. Shout out to those guys. Shout out to Friendlies in South City, 3503 Roger Place. Both of you guys. Hey, great places to go with your pet and watch football for sure. Any sporting event for that matter. Any sporting event for sure. Okay, boys and girls, children of all ages, this has been a lot of fun today. Can't believe which 7 years. Mom, Dad, we did it. Again, shout out to my kids, my oldest boy, Stormy, and my youngest, Tim, for being on the show yesterday. If you didn't see that show yesterday, I don't know what you were doing. I don't know what you were doing if you missed that show yesterday. I was in my feelings yesterday. I was in my feelings. Like, I was all up in there. I've been a happy man for a long time. Been a happy man for a long, long time. I don't know when the last time I was in a bad mood or sad. As much shit as Florida and Denver and the Lakers have put me through on the Cardinals, I haven't been mad or sad in a long time. Long time. And it is rom-com season. I watched Sweet Home Alabama. Why do you want to marry me so much? So I can kiss you time I want. Mm-hmm. Gets me every time. You got a baby in a bar. All right, good folk. Enjoy your day. I appreciate it. I'm ecstatic. I'm all over the place right now. I just cannot believe where we're at. Didn't know how this was going to turn out in the beginning when I hit record 7 years ago. Just didn't know. Shout out to my dude, Matt, again. Appreciate it. Had my first Yeti. The microphone. Not tall person. The microphone. And look where we're at now. Wow. Incredible. 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 Where do we go from here, Dre? To infinity and beyond. That's where we go from here. Let's take the show to a hemisphere and a stratosphere that we never thought coming. That's why I want to get to, for sure. All right, good folks. Thank you again. 7 years. 7 years. What a run. What a ride it's been. More fun is surely to come. You guys have a great day, and do not forget to appreciate the details of the day. Have a great day, and thank you for tuning in. 7 years of fun. Thank you. Until next time, peace. We out. What's up, Ryan? How you doing, boss? Just ended up the show, man. 7 years of fun, boss. 7 years of fun.